You watch a werewolf movie, do you like to see the werewolf in the werewolf movie? Well, let me tell you, Werewolf 1995, because it's important to look it up with the year that it came out, is a movie with quite a bit of werewolf in it. Not great, pretty cheap looking suit, but a lot of werewolf. The film opens up in the desert as some archaeologists are working on a dig site, and they stumble across the bones of a humanoid creature. The skeleton, of course, has the head of a wolf and the body of a man. And the first thing that they think it could be is maybe it's a skinwalker, because they are near the Navajo tribe, and they think that that's what it could be. And for some reason, two of the people at the dig site get into a fight, and this guy winds up falling onto the bones of the creature, gets injured, and has to go to the hospital. He, of course, turns into a werewolf during the first full moon of the movie, and then he promptly gets shot by his coworkers, who somehow, and for some reason, all have silver bullets. Never really explained, but yes, they shoot him and he winds up being in a coma at the hospital, and never to be seen again during the movie. Then, around the 20-minute mark or so, we get introduced to the main character of the film and his love interest, who is one of the people who's working on the dig site. And the two of them kind of have like this romantic fling, but then there's a bad guy in the movie. I mean, immediately the villain tries to fight the main character of the movie just because they both are interested in the same girl, and then this villain later on infects somebody with the werewolf virus just to see what would happen. Said guy who got infected is driving behind his car, and then it flips over and explodes, and we never see that werewolf again during the movie. The part that blew my mind is that the bad guy, knowing that the werewolf virus was real, infected the main guy with the virus by using the skull of the werewolf as a weapon during another fight during the movie. And I'm like, why would you give the person you hate superpowers? Supernatural powers. It was ridiculous. And the main guy starts to turn into a werewolf, and he just starts acting like he's on drugs. It was pretty funny, and the whole time you hear howling noises. And the guy who did like the sound mixing for this movie added a ton of sound effects that were completely out of place the entire time. So finally he transforms after like a 5-minute scene of him howling and growling and stretching. And then his assistant shows up and he throws her off the second floor down a flight of stairs. And somehow she lands, doesn't break anything, gets up and runs away, and then also doesn't call the police. After watching The Howling 7 and not seeing a werewolf the entire movie, it was very refreshing to see 3 different werewolves during this movie, and I kind of thought that the main villain was also going to turn himself into a werewolf. So now the main villain wants to confront the good guy, although he's now a werewolf, and the two of them wind up getting into a fight. By the way, this is about as good of a scene as you're going to see for any of the fights that happen in the movie. You can't see anything because it's all shot in the dark with no light. And of course the sound effects and the music are just ridiculous the whole movie. Yeah. According to Google, the budget of this movie was $350,000. Which means that it was either more or somewhat less than The Howling 7. But they at least managed to get a werewolf costume several times throughout the movie, and you got to see somewhat the person in it. It was a very not well lit movie, and the music was ridiculous the entire time. Sound effects were insane because there was a lot of animal calls for no reason whatsoever. But I really enjoyed my time with this movie. It was definitely a so bad it's good, and you should check out Werewolf 1995.